Well, hey everyone, welcome to Love in a Suitcase's YouTube channel. Really excited that you're here. We just got back from an amazing trip to Croatia and we're going to tell you all about it in a series of videos here. First video, we're going to actually take you through a little bit of what our trip looked like, and then we'll dive into some of the specifics around tips and tricks we have if you're thinking about renting a catamaran, and we'll take you through kind of everything that we wish we would have known before we left and some of the highlights of the trip. So here we go.
Started our trip in Trogir, which is about 45 minutes away from Split. Trogir is an ancient town that has two parts, and it's just full of really neat alleyways that we really enjoyed walking through and exploring in the 2 days that we had before our catamaran cruise took off.
The architecture, these historic buildings, these squares with these ancient churches and statues, really just kind of an amazing town to spend a couple of days in. There were a few restaurants that we found that we really loved. There was one called Croatian, which had just the most amazing pizza, and it was kind of completely tucked away. The kind of storefront looked pretty minimal, if you will, but you kind of walk through this kitchen area to get to this beautiful courtyard. That was one of our first dinners in Croatia, and it was one to remember.
Something else that we really enjoyed doing was exploring the local markets that they have there during the day. These encompass everything from fruits and veggies to honey, and other local things like lavender are very popular. And you can even do some souvenir shopping there as well. There are quite a few stalls, and David's mom actually picked up a beautiful painting while we were there. So a little bit of everything for everyone, and it's a great place to stop on a sunny day in Trogir.
Generally, these kind of sailing charters will all leave Saturday evening. Ours was slated to leave at about 5 p.m. And as we were looking at the kind of boats and walking by the day before, we realized that our boat was not only a brand new boat, but they were still setting it up. And it was actually going to be the first charter that ever happened on this boat. You'll see in our tips and tricks video that one of the things we recommend is to actually try and find the newest boat possible. But if you are the first ones out on the boat, there is a bit of a disadvantage or chance that you'll actually be the first to discover some of the challenges. Fortunately, we didn't really have any of those kind of come up, but it is something to be aware of. So when you're boarding the boat, usually, like I said, it's on Saturday afternoon. So you're generally boarding around 3 to 5 p.m. When you can get on the boat, you'll meet your hostess and your skipper for the first time, and you set sail somewhere around 5 or 6 after stopping for some fuel. So we left and set sail, and we thought we'd share a little bit about our kind of average day on the boat.
So a typical day on our catamaran was to wake up around 8:30 and have breakfast prepared by our lovely hostess Tena at 9 a.m. This usually included a lot of different types of bread, yogurt, eggs. Sometimes we even had crepes, which were delicious, as well as other things like toast and some days fresh fruit, things like that. So lots of coffee, lots of tea, and then we'd pretty much be on our way on the boat around 10:30, maybe 11. Usually, depending on the day, we would go to a port. So usually we would arrive for lunch. Tena would either prepare us our lunch, or we would go into the port city and have lunch at a local restaurant. If we had lunch out, we would typically eat dinner on the boat and vice versa. So it usually meant at least breakfast and one other meal a day were served on the boat, thanks to our very good cook of a hostess at Tena. So port cities, exploring those included hiking around if they had sort of the more hilly landscape. Otherwise, if they were more urban, we would go through the alleyways and just explore that way. Another fun way to explore these ports was to use the 2 kayaks that we had on board. So we would kayak around the ports and just get a good glimpse of what the city had to offer as well.
really enjoyed the Croatian cuisine. When we first chartered the catamaran, we sent an email to our hostess kind of sharing the various dietary constraints that we have as a family. There's some folks that can't eat various vegetables like onions, they can't eat fish, we have a gluten issue. So I think that we scared our hostess a little bit when we first shared some of these requirements. But we were really impressed with the Croatian cuisine, both what we had on the boat, which included everything from fresh fruits to pasta with shrimp and pesto sauce, and to kind of classic Croatian cuisine. Breakfasts were amazing with fresh yogurts, with cheeses and cured meats, everything from crepes to eggs. Really kind of diverse and amazing food. But a few of the things that we really enjoyed was the kind of what they call black ink risotto, which is basically made with cuttlefish, which is kind of similar to a squid, and risotto. And it was this just really amazing dish. But what makes it so stunning is that it's black. So it comes out in this kind of white bowl with just black risotto in it. So I tried that, and it was, I told myself I was going to push my comfort zone, and I'm glad I did. It was really, really good. It wasn't really fishy, which was what I was a little worried about. It was going to be a very strong fish taste, but it was actually very easy to eat. One of the other Croatian dishes that we had was peka. So peka was actually a pretty neat experience. Our hostess and skipper knew of a special place. Another reason, by the way, that we recommend getting kind of the local skipper-hostess combination is that they know all the bays, ports, restaurants that you're not going to find on your own. And peka is a great example of that. So one of the evenings we were in a port, we actually, fortunately our hostess made reservations at this place that picked us up in this van, drove us about 20 minutes into the center of this island to this vineyard, which we never would have found on our own. And we had what was called peka. Now peka basically is this meat dish generally, although you can get it with either veal, you can get it with octopus, or you can get it with lamb as well. So those are kind of the three key options that you can get. And basically you have to call ahead and order that morning for what you're going to eat that evening, because they cook the meat for about 6 hours in this wood-fired oven. And they bring it to you in these kind of plates, and it was fantastic. We really enjoyed it. They give you kind of this Croatian drink, and it is a really neat experience. Definitely would recommend having peka at least once.
Here we have our boat for the week, Jasmine 1, which is a 42 Lagoon, and we're just going to take you on a little tour. Here we have the stern deck. This is where we spent a lot of our time this week. As you can see, there is a dining area over here to my left. This is where we have most of our meals on nice days, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner on sunny days. We also have several areas for seating, including this little couch area, a larger chair area here, and where our Captain Luca captained the ship from here. All right, let's go inside. So here you have our small galley on board. We were lucky enough not to have to use this too much because we had a hostess to cook for us, but it does have everything you need. It has a small gas range as well as a sink. We have a gas oven down here, and there are drawers and cupboards all along the boat that actually lock for sailing so that things do not fall on people. We also have a refrigerator and freezer and some more cupboards up here with glasses, dishes, everything you need. So if you go down the stairs, you'll go into two of our staterooms. You have two different sizes, so the one on this side in our case is a little bit bigger. The doors are very creaky. So here's our stateroom. It actually is not too bad. We were expecting it to be pretty tight quarters, and the bigger of the two staterooms is perfectly fine for 2 people, which is what we've been doing all week. As you can see, there's 2 bedside tables. One thing that's very nice about the stateroom is that it actually has USB plugs, so even though we are in Croatia with the European plug, we can still use our American USBs. Very handy. Over here we have storage, which was also a curiosity that we had before getting on our boat. So you actually have a taller closet here with some hangers. And you have a bit more closet space down here too with shelves. So storage wise, this is the best of the 4 bedrooms. Then you also have a drawer under the bed as well. The bathroom in the larger stateroom includes a shower, which is small but totally adequate, as well as the usual sink, toilet, and we even have a small skylight. The second stateroom is a bit smaller. As you can see, this one does not have room for the bedside tables or any side storage, and the closet space and bathroom are also smaller as well. Again, 2 people are staying in here, but it's a bit tighter than the other one. You have some storage on this side with hangers, and you also have a bit with the shelves as well as the underbed drawer. A fun feature of the Lagoon 42 is that the stairs actually have little windows in them, so as you go upstairs, sometimes you catch glimpses of the local fish. The bow is a great place to sit while you're sailing as long as you're having nice weather. There's lots of options for seating. We have some lounge chairs up top as well as the net, and we even have a little bit of extra seating on the side with these cute little captain chairs out front. The bow is also where you'll find your paddleboard and kayaks if you choose to rent them like